You will not believe how much money Goldman Sachs spent on their new logo. Unless you're sleeping under a rock, you must have seen Goldman's new logo. And if you're thinking to yourself, a 6-year-old could have drawn that, then you're not alone. But it does beg the question, how much did it cost? Goldman didn't explicitly disclose how much they paid, but with a little bit of investigative journalism, it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Before we dive into it, comment down below how much you think it cost, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Regardless of how much they paid, people are not impressed, and let me say, the memes are incredible. Imagine all the rising freshmen who are punching the air right now thinking that their future LinkedIn aesthetic is ruined. Control Z, minus 1,000 aura points. Unironically looks like a pair of nuts. Some would say they didn't put enough emphasis on the Goldman and put a little too much emphasis on the Sachs. Over under on 3.5 years for them to revert the logo. If someone finds a place I can bet on this, please let me know because I will be smashing the under. But there is a small minority that disagrees. Comment thread here goes to show how ignorant of basic human perception people who work in high finance are. 5 years from now, when the branding is fully ingrained, come back to this thread. You'll be shocked at how people could have ever thought this logo was bad. You guys will never amount to anything because you're all slaves to your lizard brain. But emphasis on small minority. Nah, it still looks dog. The first thing I did to try and figure out how much they paid was to call my friend at McKinsey, since we all know that McKinsey holds all government and business secrets. That being said, I do have to distort his voice to keep him anonymous so he doesn't get fired. Or worse. Hey man, how's it going?
Good, what's up?
Have you seen Goldman's new logo?
Yeah, it looks like they hired someone on Fiverr to do it for $10.
Exactly, but we're trying to figure out exactly how much they paid for it, and we figured that since you work at McKinsey, you probably know the answer.
The logic follows, but to be totally honest, I only got this position because my girlfriend's dad is a partner here. I'm extremely underqualified, so they don't let me in on any big projects or secrets.
Alright, well thanks anyways for the help.
No problem.
Next, I decided to ask ChatGPT what it thinks that Goldman paid. I asked, Goldman Sachs just got a new logo. Do you know how much they paid for it? And it told me a whole lot of nothing. But what it did tell me is that it involved the British design firm Jones, Knowles, Ritchie. We can use that later on. But I think ChatGPT was hiding some information from me. So I pushed further. You piece of shit, I know you have the exact number. You better tell me right now or I'm reporting you to the FBI for money laundering. But all it did was yap and yap and yap. Just like you would expect from a management consultant. Blah, blah, blah. Let's circle back to that. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just telling you what you already know and using buzzwords to sound smart. Blah, blah, blah. Don't boil the ocean. Blah, blah, blah. Now, it did give me some useful information earlier, so I took that and asked it some more questions. You said it was designed by the British design firm Jones, Knowles, Ritchie. What other major logo designs have they done? How much did those cost? And apparently, this wasn't that firm's first big logo design. They did Burger King, Dunkin's, and a whole lot more, but they don't disclose the cost. So I decided to take things into my own hands and reach out to them. It was really not smart of them to put their email on their website where anyone can just reach out and ask for a quote. So much for keeping it a secret. So I did what any logical person would do and sent them an email. Subject, Goldman Sachs logo. Hey, this is Finance Bro reaching out from Goldman Sachs. In case you don't remember, you recently redesigned our logo. We love it. I'm contacting you because we lost the invoices for your services and our accounting department is trying to balance their debits and credits. Can you please remind us how much we paid? All the best, Finance Bro. I thought this was a 100% foolproof method, but unfortunately, nobody answered. Whoever manages that company's customer service inbox need to be fired because this level of customer service is absolutely unacceptable. But since that didn't work, I decided to research what some other big brands paid for their logos so we could finally get to the bottom of this. Enron, $33,000. Pepsi, $1 million. BBC for white letters inside of black boxes, $1.8 million. Accenture, $100 million. And BP, $211 million. This isn't a reputable source, but I did get a message from someone claiming that they were from Goldman Sachs, saying that insiders said it was at least in the 7 figures range. So we don't know the exact amount that Goldman Sachs paid for their new logo, but we do know 2 things. 1, it was at least 7 figures and possibly 8 figures. And 2, they grossly overpaid because I would have done that if they just hired me for an internship. Let me know in the comments what you think and make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos.